Good morning. Happy Tuesday. It is raining cats and dogs in Dallas, but I'm loving it. I am absolutely loving it. I have my tea. I've had my workout, meditation and prayer time, and now I want to share a message. I want to share this message. So, like and share and comment because I got a message. It's getting down in Dallas, y'all. Woo, I love it. I love this weather. Okay, so this message dropped in my spirit and I just wanted to share it. Step out of the shrink wrap. And I'm going to tell you exactly what I mean with that message. You know, this morning I'm drinking out of my specialized, customized mug. She danced with just a small excerpt from that poem. Everywhere she went, she danced. Hey, Jackie, good morning, good morning. So, this message, this is going to be a good message, y'all. This is going to be a good message. So, you should be hitting share because this is a good message coming up. Some of us are walking around and stepping in the shrink wrap. When we go around certain people, when we deal with certain people, we are stepping into the shrink wrap. And each time you step into the shrink wrap, what you're doing is you're enveloping yourself, wrapping yourself in a shrink wrap. So you're minimizing, you're shrinking who you are. You're shrinking who you were born to be. You're shrinking all of the gifts and abilities that are supposed to be out there. Because you continually wrap yourself and envelop yourself in shrink wrap. And when you envelop yourself in shrink wrap, you minimize who you are. You minimize your gifts. And as a result, people around you see that, they feel that, and they know that. And so what they'll do is they'll try to hover over you, right? They'll try to use aggressiveness. They'll try to use certain traits that will get you to continue to wrap yourself in shrink wrap. Don't shrink yourself for anyone, okay? There are going to be people who cannot handle the massive gifts, the massive energy that you have. They'll want you to shrink yourself. And as you continue to shrink yourself, you will continue to not be all of who you were born to be. Because you allow certain people to minimize who you are and who you were born to be. Hey, Charlene. So if you realize and know that I was born to be something larger than what I am, but I don't feel confident enough to do it, and you show that to others by walking in a room and shrinking yourself, by not being exactly who you are, by speaking like you don't normally speak, because you are continuing to wrap yourself in the shrink wrap. And so as a result of you wrapping yourself in the shrink wrap, your gifts are not seen. They can't be applauded. No one knows who you are because you have shrunk yourself, and now the shrink wrap is all around you. Okay? And so all of who you are is wrapped in shrink wrap, and no one can see those gifts. No one can see those gifts. See, when people feel low about who they are, they'll try to make you feel low about who you are. They see the light that you don't see. And because they see the light that you don't see, they will try to dim the light. And you give them all the power by wrapping yourself in the shrink wrap. By shrinking yourself, by allowing yourself to be minimized by another person or people who already are minimized. See, they already feel low. They already feel dark. They already are in a dim place. So it's nothing for them to want you to be in a dim place. It's nothing for them to put you in a space to try to make you shrink yourself. So as you continue to be around people who want you to shrink yourself, the more you do that, the tighter the shrink wrap gets around you, and the more restricted you get. And then you get frustrated. And then you get, you start to feel like, well, what am I really supposed to be doing? And I feel like there's so much more for me, but you're not doing it because you've allowed the shrink wrap to wrap you tighter and tighter and tighter. Because you believe other people over yourself. You believe other people over your gifts. I don't care what comes in your path. I don't care what obstacles come in your path. Nobody, no other human being can interfere or intercept with your gifts and your abilities and what's supposed to be out there unless you continue to wrap yourself in the shrink wrap. That is a power that you are giving over to other people. So don't put yourself in the shrink wrap. Don't minimize who you are. Don't minimize your gifts. Don't give up. Don't quit. And that's what we do all the time. A lot of us give up too quick. Nothing happens overnight. This is not a quick, there you are. You read about people who have quick success stories, but in reality, it doesn't happen like that. It takes hard work. It takes perseverance. It takes you believing in who you are and who you were born to be with the gifts and the abilities and the skills that you have. Nobody should be able to have you believe that I'm going to go in this shrink wrap. I'm going to wrap myself in the shrink wrap. I'm going to minimize who I am. I don't believe in who I am. Nobody has power over you. Nobody. But we so willingly give over that power. We so willingly just hand over our power. We so willingly just drop it over to somebody else. When that nobody else can take over the power unless you give it to them. See, you have to believe in yourself so much that you sit in the stands by yourself without a crowd, applause, without anybody standing up and noticing you. You have to believe in you. You have to believe in you. Stop looking for somebody else to give you the applause. You have to believe in you. And when you believe in you, it shows. It shows. Don't wrap yourself in shrink wrap for anybody. Only weak people want you to do that. Only people who need validation themselves. Only people who don't believe in themselves need people to give them that validation. You don't have to wrap yourself in shrink wrap for anyone. If you feel that you are around people who want you to do that, I suggest you change the view. I suggest you change the people that you associate with. If anyone you're associated with wants you to wrap yourself in shrink wrap. You were born to do something bigger, better, and greater. But mediocre? No, that's not what you have to accept. If you are great, then be great. If that affects somebody, if that makes somebody feel less than, that is not your business and it's not your problem. But don't go wrapping yourself in shrink wrap. If you're intelligent, be intelligent. Don't minimize who you are because somebody is coming up against you. Don't minimize who you are because somebody feels less than. Don't minimize who you are because they feel threatened by your greatness. See, your light will shine so bright that the dark people will dissipate anyway. They will disappear. But before they do that, they will try to unscrew the light bulb a little bit. They will try to unscrew the light bulb just a little bit. How much control can I have? If I can just unscrew her light bulb, if I can unscrew his light bulb. See, if you give people power like that, if you start giving people power like that and they see it, they know, let me keep wrapping the shrink wrap around her or him. Let me keep wrapping the shrink wrap around them. See, I can minimize who they are. I can make them feel low. I can control this situation. Woo! I guess my message is good. Watch out. I guess this is a message. Because let me tell you something. The more people try to put you in a box, the more people try to wrap you up in shrink wrap, the greater you're supposed to grow, the bigger you're supposed to be. See, nobody can come up against you. Nobody has the power unless you give it to them. Don't give anybody power. And then let me tell you something else. We need to control our emotions. This is the second part of the message. Control your emotions. Even if somebody does come up against you, so what? So what? You don't have to post it. You don't have to say it out loud. You don't have to show that you're the biggest, baddest person. Look, if somebody come up against you, there is a reason they coming up against you. They see greater in you than you see in yourself. And your fight back ain't social media. Your fight back ain't going and approaching that person. Your fight back is developing your skill and becoming greater than you were. Developing your skill and becoming greater than you were. Now, let me tell you something. I had to learn this. I used to fight back. I used to go back and say something back to people. I used to have to post it. I used to have to go and approach the people. But let me tell you something. Growth allows you to understand that the biggest way that I can show you is to show you. Michelle Obama said, when they go low, you go high. Okay? And that's what I've adopted in my life. When they go low, I go high. And guess what happens? Now I'm focused on what I need to do. Now I'm developing what my skills are and growing in those skills. I'm not concerned about what you're doing over there and what you're doing over there. Stay focused. Stay focused. Stay the course, because people will come up against you. Because why? Because your light is shining bright. And when your light is shining bright, guess what? The folks want to come around and dim your light. But guess what? It ain't none of your business. It's none of your business. Keep growing. Keep developing who you are. Growing your skills. Do your best. Get out here and get it. Don't worry about what nobody else is doing. Don't get consumed with what other people saying about you. They're going to talk about you when you low. They're going to talk about you when you high. So get it. So you might as well get it, because they're going to talk about you anyway. They're going to come up against you anyway. I don't have to come on social media and respond to anybody. I don't have to come on social media and send subliminal messages. That's unnecessary. You don't have to do that. When you're a grow-getter, when you're growing in your business, when you're growing in your skill, when you're growing in your abilities, you don't have time for that. Build up who you are. Grow in your skills, in your experiences, in your gifts. See, God planted a gift inside of you, and here you are falling for the okie doke. Here you are going for the mess. That means you're not ready yet. And guess what? I had to learn that myself, because years ago, I would feed off into it. I knew people were talking about me. People were coming against me. Jill Scott just did a video the other day talking about the same thing. 20 years ago, when she started in the game, people was talking about her. People was coming up against her. And here she is, 20 years later, still in the game. Let people talk. Let people talk all day long. That's what they do. And especially when they feel threatened by you, when they feel like you are a threat. I'm not in competition against anybody but myself. When I get up in the morning, I say, now you know you got to do better than you did yesterday, Kia. You know you owe it to yourself to do better than you did yesterday. You can't do less than, you got to do better than. Period. I'm not going to wrap myself in shrink wrap. I'm not shrinking for anybody. If you can't handle it, then stay away. And it's that serious. And you need to start telling people, if you can't handle my greatness, if you can't handle the abundance that's coming in my life, depart. Depart. I don't have space for it. Tell them that. And you have to be intentional about the people that you allow around you. Don't allow anything and anybody around you. Everybody don't get access, period. And that's okay. And whoever get mad, whoever don't understand that's a boundary, please depart from them. And don't wrap yourself in shrink wrap for anybody. For anybody. Go out here and be great. Stop relying on other people to give you something, to do something for you, and raise you up. Raise yourself up. Raise yourself up. Be aware of your gifts. Shine bright. Whoever don't like it, depart from them. Leave them where they are, because people won't like you for no apparent reason. I got people that don't like me. They don't even know me. They don't even, but I don't care. You can't care about that. People will not like you for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Because your nose small, they won't like you. Because your eyebrows look good naturally, they won't like you. That ain't none of your business. It ain't none of your concern. Keep growing. Keep getting better. Keep doing what the absolute best that you can do. And use the gifts that's been imparted upon you. Do that. Do it with no apologies, with no explanation. Nobody has to sign a permission slip for you to be great. So stop stepping inside the shrink wrap. Stop shrinking yourself every time you get around certain people. You don't owe anybody anything, but you owe yourself. That much you do. You owe yourself. You owe it to yourself to go out here and be the absolute best that you can be. The absolute best. You're not supposed to be a quitter. You're not supposed to give up. You don't owe anybody an explanation. Nobody has to sign an explanation for you to get out here and get it. And whoever don't like you ain't none of your business. Leave them where they are and keep stepping in your greatness. Because the higher you go, the lower they gonna try to go. I'm telling you. Go and be great. Don't worry about nobody else. Look, when you focus on you so tough, when you focus on yourself so tough, you don't have time to be concerned about nobody. I don't know. How do you have time to be worried about what somebody else is doing when you are aware of who you are, whose you are, what you're supposed to be doing, and you're trying to grow in that? You don't have time to be worried about. See, I can't look over there and over there and over there. I can't, because then I lose focus. And then I'm not really working and activating my gifts. And that's what a person who wants you to get in shrink wrap wants you to be doing. That's what they want you to do. They want you to keep stepping into the shrink wrap, wrapping yourself up so that you're minimizing who you are. And as long as you do that, then that takes them up higher. That makes them feel greater. That makes them feel more comfortable. See, because the purpose is the people who want you to step in shrink wrap, they want to feel comfortable. Because you make them feel uncomfortable. Your greatness makes them feel uncomfortable. So if they can get you to keep wrapping yourself in shrink wrap, oh, they feel good. They like, ooh, she don't even see her greatness. Ooh, he don't even see his greatness. So I'm going to make them feel uncomfortable. I'm going to make them feel like, this is the best thing for them to do. Decrease so I can increase around you. Decrease so I can increase around you. That's what they want. But no, I'm going to increase. And I'm going to continue to increase and increase and increase until you decrease away from me. Until you eliminate yourself. Let people eliminate themselves sometimes. Sometimes you got to depart from them, but sometimes they'll leave on their own. They'll just leave on their own. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to do anything. They'll just leave. They'll walk away because your light is shining too bright for them. And see, they're like, uh-oh, this is intimidating. Uh-oh, this is too much. Uh-oh, who does he think he is? Uh-oh, who does she think she is? I am who I was born to be. All my greatness, all my gifts, all my skills, all my abilities will be known worldwide. It will be out here. If that scares you, if that bothers you, if that offends you, and if it affects you, depart. And that's what we got to start telling people. Depart. I don't owe anybody an apology for my greatness. I don't owe anybody an apology for my gifts. I don't owe anybody an apology for the work that I put in. I don't owe anybody an apology because my hair like this sometimes. I don't owe anybody an apology because my eyebrows look like they do. I don't owe anybody an apology for the color of my skin. I don't owe anybody an apology because of how my eyes look. I don't owe an apology. I am who I am. Stand in your truth. Remain who you are. Don't let another person make you feel like you have to shrink around them. You are greatness, but if you don't see it, you won't step into it. You are not in a box. Nobody controls you unless you give them over the control, unless you hand over the key. Nobody has power over me, and nobody has power over you unless you give it to them. Period. Point blank. Period. I had to come raw with y'all today because this is a serious message. I see so many people wrapping themselves in shrink wrap, going lower because the people around them make them feel like I can't be who I am. I can't be great like I am. You better stop. You better step into your greatness and be all of that. And whoever can't handle it, depart. Depart, baby. It's like that. So I came strong today, y'all, because that's just how it is. That's just how it is. If they can't handle your greatness, depart. It's that simple. Everybody doesn't deserve a response. Everybody doesn't deserve your energy. Everybody doesn't deserve your presence. When you great, everybody don't deserve to be around you. When you are on another level, everybody don't deserve to be around you. Now, what will some say? Ooh, you sound cocky. That's not cocky. That's knowing, that's being self-aware and knowing exactly who you are. That's what that is. Be self-aware. Know who you are. Know what's meant for you. Know what you've been called to do. Step in your greatness. Get out here and get it. Concentrate. Focus. Don't look over there. Don't look over there. Focus. Your greatness is waiting for you. It's just right there. But you got to stop giving power to people. Nobody has power over me. Stop giving power. If they don't like you, so. If they don't talk to you, so. If they don't like your post, so. I just deleted some folks. I got some more to delete. Because if we're not going to interact, if we're not going to be friends, if we're not going to talk, if we're not going to do business, if you are just here to be a spectator, why are you here? Why are you here? Go out here and be great. Go out here and be great. Because guess what? I'm about to be greater. I claim it. I said it. And it's true. Claim your greatness. Claim your greatness. Nobody has power over you. Don't you step inside no more shrink wrap. Go out here and get it. I love y'all. Peace.